Hello everyone! I'm doing something a bit different in this video. I wanted to talk about my thought process for this sculpt I did recently, and to go over one of the biggest pitfalls that I run into as an artist. So stick around. There's going to be time codes in the description if you want to jump to a specific spot. And if you want to see more of this kind of video, let me know by smashing like and hitting subscribe. We start out with some rough blocking. I didn't have a clear idea of where I was going with this, but early on, I knew that using a maker as reference would work. Once the rough silhouette is established, I start carving and building big chunks to find a rough shape. At this point in the process, I already hate it. This is something I've struggled with for a long time, and it's a big part of why I was so nervous to pursue art and animation. If you feel the same way about your art, it's important to ignore the voice in your head and just push through it. Your work in progress doesn't have to look amazing. That's not its job. Okay, this is gonna sound really cheesy. If you keep working on something until you like it, you're guaranteed to finish with something that you like. As I keep chipping away at refining the shape, some ideas start to pop into my head, and I get a clearer idea of what direction I want to start taking this. I see a helmet of some kind, and what might be like leaves or branches. Okay, things are starting to click. I pull up an image of an older person and begin laying in some details. Like with every step, I recommend starting with the macro and working down to the micro. I give some definition of the cheeks and the jaw, I carve out the lips, and I add the appearance of muscle and bone in the collar area. I don't have a lot of experience with hard surface sculpting, but the combination of the crease tool and the smooth brush seem to make a good team. Now we're cooking with gas. If I had just given up when I hated it, I wouldn't have made it here to something I'm beginning to be happy with. At this point, I have a lot of detail I want blocked out. So it's just a matter of buckling down and refining it. There's something bugging me about the mouth. I can't put my finger on it. Oh, that's it. I quickly model some teeth, using my tongue to feel my own for reference. After that, I sculpt the gums around them. There are some little things here and there that I still want to change, but for now, I think I'm able to call this good. Again, I haven't used Vertex painting much before, but the theme of this project does seem to be learning and experimenting. I gotta say, it was pretty fun to do. I start out by laying down some flat color as a base. I'll come back to shade them later, but at this point, it's like 2 in the morning and I have work the next day. I liked the idea of the helmet having these light strips on it, but this didn't end up working the way I wanted, so I replaced it in the final version. Now that the base color is painted, it's time to make a shader that uses it. My first attempt was to use the base color and add a Fresnel outline. And great, I hate it. No worries, we'll just try again. I mix the Vertex color with some red and use it for subsurface scattering. Much better, especially with some nice edge lighting. After a few more changes, this is where the model currently stands. I'm very proud of this work, both in terms of what I produced, but also what I picked up along the way. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing the process, and maybe even learned something. Want to see an even longer time lapse without my stupid voice in the way? Let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to see work in progress screenshots, view videos early, or even have your name show up right here, please support me on Patreon. And be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss what I have coming next. Thanks for watching.